All right. Good evening, everybody. We are live. Well, sort of live. We are actually going to be recording this episode because we've all had very busy days, and it just kind of works out better for everybody. So, welcome back to another episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. I am Cam. With me, I'll kind of I don't know how it's going to look on the screen moving forward here, but I'm going to start with. Nope, this way on my end. With me tonight is Mr. Spencer. How are you this evening?
I am doing good. Been a bit of a day. This is one of those movies. It kind of like helps serve like a hole in the day. Of like kind of like the day's just going a little bit rough. It's kind of not a bad movie. Like I mean, not the day was like bad, but like there was a rough patch that the movie kind of helped gloss over.
Yes, definitely.
And then also, we'll get into it. But I always enjoy checking out things I don't usually would think to watch.
Sure.
Because if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have ever watched it. So
absolutely, yeah, I hear that. And further down the line this way, we actually have a newcomer this evening. We have Mr. Cole. How are you this evening, sir?
Fine. Yeah, thanks for having me. Looking forward to talking about What If, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So if you don't know about What If, it's the latest Marvel series.
That episode was wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And right down here below me is Mr. Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk about this movie. It was a good watch. It's like Spencer. I'm surprised I never heard of it with the actors in it that I like recognize and know.
Kind of a breath of fresh air, yeah.
Yeah, it really was. It was nice to not talk about a shark movie.
No shark movies and no Egypt movies.
I was saying no Egypt movies.
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't want to watch that, Sharks in a Cornfield movie or whatever it's called?
And over there down in my bottom right corner, I don't know if it's how it's going to look on y'all's end, but we also have Mr. Michael here as he normally is. How are you?
Well, I just watched What If and I'm about to eat some nachos.
It's the greatest
moment of my life. Unless, of course, you screw it up by whatever you're about to say.
Oh my God. Yeah, but most iconic scene in the movie, but we will definitely get to that.
Definitely.
Now, I'm going to kind of go around the clock here. I'm going to go in the same order that I was introducing folks. Spencer, well, first of all, I understand that for a lot of you, this was a first-time watch. I think for most of you, or all of you, it was a first-time watch. This was my second time seeing this movie, and the first time that I saw it was close to 10 years ago, actually. And the reason that I watched it in the first place was because I randomly came across that scene of Adam Driver and Daniel Radcliffe talking to each other. And I was pleasantly surprised by it. I'm not normally one for rom-coms, within reason. I like the occasional rom-com, but when it airs too much on the side of like chick flick, like Mamma Mia,
like Hallmark or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Mamma Mia is good. We won't.
I was like, what are you talking about? Mamma Mia is great.
We won't accept any Mamma Mia slander on this episode.
Okay, thank you everybody for joining me. We're gonna go ahead and end it here.
Here we go again.
Yes.
My.
Mr. Spencer, was this your first time watching this movie? I think it was, yeah?
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't have ever watched it if it wasn't for you all being like, hey, this is this week's movie. And,
yeah,
I kind of had nothing to do today. So I was just like, like in a good sense, because I usually do things on weekends.
He's like, I had nothing better to do. So.
Might as well.
Words, yeah, no, exactly. What I thought, like, I think like it's something that I'd say like I enjoyed it overall. Like it's definitely not my kind of movie, but it's also the kind that it's like I appreciate what it did, even though it's not a thing that I naturally would gravitate towards. And so, like I said, like not by any means like a favorite or something I would probably go back and see myself watching again, just because it's not my cup of tea. But at the same time, it was very, it had its moments that were very enjoyable. And it was definitely something I'm like, I'm glad that I ventured out to check something out like that.
Yeah, totally get that. It's always good to kind of, push the boundaries a bit and step outside the comfort zone a little bit. Yeah. I've always been of the mentality because I love a wide variety of music, everything from death metal to jazz to Brooklyn boom bap, everything. And, if you keep yourself confined to just one thing, you miss out on so much more. So
for sure.
And how about you, Mr. Cole? What did you think of the movie?
Well, it was the things that I found interesting about it was as I was watching it, I noticed it. I'd never heard of it before, so I went in totally blind. And I'm not sure how old you all are, but I would imagine that I'm probably the oldest one here. But it came out it was 2013, and as I was watching it, for me, I was in my early 20s when that movie came out.
Oh, so was I think, yeah.
Were you? Okay. Well, I graduated high school in 2010. So 2011. I was
2000.
Okay.
I graduated high school in 13. So.
Oh, okay.
You graduated high school?
I know, right?
I graduated high school. So.
Okay, we're about the same age. But as I was watching it, with the aesthetics of it and the fashion, the music, I found all very kind of familiar, nauseatingly familiar at times. And my wife, was watching it, and I was sort of like, this is like a little excavation into the peak hipsterdom. This was what hipsterdom was at its apex, I think. It was pretty much, it was rising in the about 2000, early 2000s, but I think 2010s was when hipsterdom kind of took over the world.
Sure.
And so that was just kind of interesting. And even the music, it was just it's sort of like a Fleet Foxes sound alike, background, and that was a big band at the time. Anyway, there were some things that I found that surprised me about it, I would say. For one, I was expecting it to be a Pixie Dream Girl plot. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that trope, but I thought it was going to go in the direction of a 500 Days of Summer kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they end up, I guess spoilers. Are we allowed to do spoilers on your show?
Oh yeah. Well, we're talking everything today.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I was surprised that they ended up together in the end. I thought that they were just going to break up, and it was going to remain this sort of ironic, sardonic, cynical thing, because that's kind of how it started off. But
yeah,
I guess you have the theme of Princess Bride, and there's a theme of is there such thing as pursuing an ideal and a fantasy, in Princess Bride. They have that conversation in the beginning of the movie, and they end up getting together in the end. They end up getting married together in the end. So it's sort of it has this, they are able to accomplish this quest together of love, which is not at all what rom-coms like that movie did, I think, in that day. So I guess I'm just saying I think they did something different, which I found interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And there were a lot of things that they kind of skated the line on, that kind of ventures into the unusual when it comes to romantic comedies. But we'll definitely get to all that. Andrew, what did you think of the movie?
Yeah, so obviously it was a first time watch for me as well.
Sure.
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Just because I had no expectations, and I've seen my fair share of rom-coms. I've grown up with them all, sisters and everything. I've seen rom-coms. It's not usually my cup of tea or what I go out of my way to watch. But I enjoyed it, and kind of like Cole a little bit. I was thinking they might not end up together. They might, just it never works out. But it almost felt a little poetic that they did, at least to me, at the end a little bit. And of course, this movie is hilarious too. There's so much quotes throughout that I was like, I could use that just randomly, just a vocal stem, and it would be so funny. So yeah, I'm definitely glad that I watched it, and I'm excited to get into it further.
All right, and Michael, how about you?
So I saw them getting together at the end pretty much from the moment that they met each other back at the movie theater. They ran into each other. I'm like, oh, they're gonna end up together. And there was at one point in the movie where I went, if they don't let them end up together at the end of this movie, I'm gonna be pissed. But I enjoyed this movie a whole lot. There were moments where I was absolutely just cackling at some of the jokes. Adam Driver is just,
thank you.
I feel like part of this story, yes, was Daniel Radcliffe's character trying to like get out of like the cynicism and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think another big part of this movie that was subtle was just Adam Driver speed running his marriage.
Yeah.
I fully expected by the end of the movie him and whatever her name was to be divorced and him to be stuck with the kid. Like
Right.
I thought that's how the movie was going to end for him. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that that was not the case. But it was just like,
Yeah.
oh, we hooked up at this party. Oh, we're dating now. Oh, we're getting married. Oh, we're married now. Oh, we're pregnant. It's like, this happened all within like the span of like 3
A week.
months. Yeah.
No,
it's like,
it's like 3 months. Yeah.
but yeah, it was funny though. I mean, it was, I went into this movie not knowing what to expect. I was vaguely familiar with it because of like the memes of like Harry Potter talking to Kylo Ren and the nachos line.
Yeah.
I was vaguely familiar with it. Like I knew that it was a thing, but I had never seen it before, and so I was very. It blends dry British humor with the rom-com format, which really worked well. It's one of the reasons, like one of the only other rom-coms that I really enjoy is Love Actually, and it's
Sure.
it's very similar. It has that dry British humor, and I loved it. I loved it so much I went and made nachos for dinner. Like,
See, that is dedication to
Listen,
a bit right there.
It's method acting for the podcast. He's eating nachos.
Exactly.
and poor Rafe Spall in this movie. Like, my God.
Yeah.
The first time we meet him, he falls out of a window. I mean,
That was hilarious.
My jaw literally, like, I'm watching it and I see him fall out the window,
like,
and I just went.
Especially
my jaw dropped, and my hand. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm like, damn, they killed him off.
I thought so
Instantly.
too.
I love how they did that too, where Daniel
Did
Radcliffe
y'all
like stopped for a
recognize
second.
Adam Driver's wife, the Adam Driver's girlfriend? Did y'all recognize who
She looks
Uh,
familiar, but I
Terminator,
couldn't.
McFate,
yes, she
and Blade Runner.
is
She's in the
I
new Blade
forget her
Runner
name, but
movie.
she's the
Yeah.
female replicant in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is the SATCOM operative in The Martian.
Oh,
right.
right. I
Okay.
forgot
Yeah,
about that.
she's all over the place, but she
Yeah.
doesn't have like
Yeah.
lead actress potential, but she's everywhere.
She's like everywhere. Is
Yeah.
like the supporter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys know who Rafe Spall is, like who his dad is?
Mr. Ball.
Timothy Spall, who plays Wormtail in the Harry Potter series.
Oh, that's right. That I saw that on IMDb.
There is
Yeah.
no family resemblance there.
I know. I
Well, it's time
know.
to have a
The only reason I know, this is a little off topic, so I'll try to keep it brief. The only reason I know who Rafe Spall is because one of the fanfics of Harry Potter that I read fan casts him as Wormtail, as like a younger, better looking Wormtail. And that's the only reason I know who the hell he is.
I thought you were going to say
Gotcha.
you knew him from Fallen Kingdom.
I don't know.
And see, my favorite thing about what you just said is just the fact that you admitted to reading Harry Potter fanfics.
Dude, I've read the entire Harry Potter series 40 plus times. I need to read fanfics to make it keep it interesting. Like, I know those books freaking inside and out. Like,
Fanfics are all I have.
I hate to say it, but they bore me now.
It has
And
nothing
before-
to do with the fact that you're a 30-something-year-old man and those books are targeted towards 10-year-olds.
Well, I mean, no, realistically, I grew up with the books. And we are so freaking off topic.
Wait,
Not
Harry
quite.
Potter,
We're
Daniel
talking about
Radcliffe.
Harry Potter.
I was gonna say
Daniel
this was a
Radcliffe is in the
really,
movie,
it was a
so
really weird Harry Potter spinoff. You know, I couldn't quite
Again,
understand. There's no
I-
magic. or anything.
like I said in the group chat earlier, if I had a nickel for every time I saw Harry Potter's ass, I'd have 2 nickels. It's just
Oh my
not a
God.
lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
What was the first time?
There was that play that Daniel Radcliffe did where he went like full nude with a horse.
You were front row for that or what?
Google.
No, I just remember reading about it and like seeing pictures from the Broadway show, but like
You
I've
looked
never
very
actually-
closely at those pictures.
Studying every pixel.
Exactly.
No.
It's okay, Michael. It's okay to say it's your favorite part. We know.
It's in the Harry Potter fanfic that he reads, guys.
Oh my god.
Now,
All right, that was crazy.
there's a lot of things that this movie does really well, and one thing that it absolutely nails, well, two things actually, because they kind of go hand in hand, are the dialogue
Yes.
and the chemistry between the characters.
Yes.
Yes.
And you wouldn't have all that chemistry without that dialogue, but you wouldn't have that dialogue without all that chemistry. Those two ideas are so closely like interlinked that it just makes every scene flow so well, in my opinion.
Yes.
And it's I kind of, it reminds me a lot of Edgar Wright. You know, you watch an Edgar Wright movie like Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim, Hot Fuzz, things like that. I mean, the dialogue and the quips just fly right by.
Yeah.
You will never catch it all on your first viewing of the movie. But at the same time, it's all so quotable, and I found myself like you, Michael. I was chuckling like every few seconds just because of the ridiculousness of the things they were saying.
There were some moments where I'm like, he is so lucky that she's as weird as he is, because she'd be calling the cops right now for some of the shit he's saying.
Yeah. Well, that was something for me where some of the story beats didn't always work for me well.
Sure.
But the dialogue and the chemistry more than made up for that, to where I was just like, I'm enjoying watching this. Like, I want more. Like, it's just entertaining. Like, it's got me locked in, as the kids say, I guess.
Most unrealistic thing about the entire movie was a woman said that she was wrong about something at the end.
Wow.
She's like, I might have overreacted to how I found out that he had feelings for me. It's
And
like,
we're demonetized.
Yeah. Oh, her sister was great too.
Hey, Cam, you don't you have a thing though that helps with that?
so okay, so yes, but I didn't want to start like my first promo until I had like actual products in my hand. And
gotcha.
and I did order some stuff. I'm currently waiting on it, but I guess, you know, seeing as the cat has its paws out of the bag, I might as well just yank that fucker out here. So yes, my channel is now officially partnered with Dubby Energy, which it's really, really cool. And you know, they're very transparent about the ingredients that they use. They're marketed as energy without jitters and things like that, or jitterless energy is actually what they have on their tubs. And you know, you can if you want to shop with them, you can use the code focus number 1 at checkout for 10% off of your entire order. Helps me out, helps the channel out, all that stuff. Not that I'm trying to push an advertisement here, but like I said, I didn't want to do something until I had the tub in my hand and be like, look at this delicious shit. But
my bad.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I do want to mention briefly the chemistry between Daniel Radcliffe and Adam Driver, because it's a match made in freaking heaven. I don't know. I don't know who the casting director was, but give them a freaking medal, because the idea to put these two together in a rom-com is priceless.
I love Adam Driver's advice to him when he's like, well, you can either, you know, when they're like shopping for the engagement ring, he's like, well, you can either tell her how you feel and potentially ruin the relationship, and, you know, she'll never speak to you again. And he's like, okay, so and he's like breaking it down into
breaking it down, yeah.
He's like, so be sleazy, be pathetic.
Yeah.
I love whenever they're in like the thrift store, and when they're going up to checkout, and Adam Driver holds up a lamp and he's like, "Does this lamp make you feel sexually adventurous?"
And the lady's like, "I have one.
I have the same one in mine."
I was like, "Oh."
It's so out of left field, but it just works so well for his character.
It's timed well, and it's like
it is.
It's like something that could be said in that scenario. Like,
yes, and that's something that a lot of people don't give Adam Driver enough credit for. It's not just that he's funny; it's his comedic timing.
Yeah,
I mean, he has that down so good. Especially if you go back and you watch like his the SNL skits that he features in. I mean, he's just a genuinely funny guy.
especially the scene where the old people were rolling the balls. You just roasting them like over and over.
I can see your back knee through your shirt.
Oh my god.
He's a good versatile actor overall. Like I'd like to see him in more things that tries to like push him in his, you know, to his limits, you know. Because he seems.
I thought he was funny, but I also just thought that his humor, though he was funny, at some parts in the movie I couldn't quite tell what the movie was exactly, like what it was trying to do, because it seemed like Adam Driver, the humor that they were doing, it was something out of like Forgetting Sarah Marshall or like Knocked Up or something, which is sort of popular comedy of the time. But then it was at the same time he was existing inside of this like very soft indie like rom-com chick flick movie. And so I found that I don't know if I would say it didn't work, but it just sometimes I found it weird that it was like there was so many like tonal shifts like throughout the movie. It felt like there was just something a bit off about like the beats of it.
I can definitely see that. In a lot of ways, I don't disagree, but at the same time, I feel like his brand of humor within this movie kind of fits within the rest of the collage that this movie kind of creates, because they have kind of shifting tones now and then between like the very funny and the very dramatic, which I'm not gonna lie, in the more dramatic scenes they do kind of drop the ball every now and then, but at the same time, this isn't a perfect movie, and I try to look at it. I try to look at it not so much as the individual things that make it up, but rather as the sum of its parts. And I think that within the confines of the movie that was made, I think that it fit a bit better for me than I think it did for others, which, you know, is definitely understandable.
So something that sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, this is more of a nitpick for me, just a personal preference. I don't mind like a love triangle story beat that they have going on, because we see that a lot in rom-coms. But it was the cheating aspect of it, like kind of teasing, like that's what he was doing. She was kind of going down that route a little bit, like with teasing. It just doesn't sit right with me. I know they don't fully go down that, so it doesn't like ruin the movie for me. But it also showed that they're both Daniel Radcliffe and Chantry are both flawed people. Like they're not perfect, and they realize at the end that they can basically, I don't want to say be perfect together, but like they
can be flawed together.
They'll be flawed together, and they just click, and they feel at peace with each other, I think. And so that's I think what it was leading up to, which is fine. So
as I was watching it, I kind of, a quote that came to mind was actually, I mean, I don't know what this says about me, but a quote that came to mind is actually a quote from the first Deadpool movie, where he's talking to Vanessa and he says, "Your crazy matches my crazy," and that's something that's shown to us basically right from the opening scene of the movie, because with the banter between the two of them, you can already tell that even though they're flawed people, they just click so well.
Yeah.
So speaking of like the opening of the movie, this is something that this show in particular, like this, the Cam and Focus, has caused me to do with just about every movie I watch now. The opening shot where he's on the roof and he's looking out, and on the left of the screen is darkness, and on the right of the screen is like the bright Toronto skyline, and in the middle is the tree. It's the same tree that when he lets go of her phone number, that's the tree that paper lands in. So I was looking, I was like, okay, so before it's all like he's all dark and doom and gloom, and then this tree represents when he meets this girl. And then after, his life gets better and it's like all bright, and I was like,
yes.
I'm like, dang it.
I gotta ask
dang
y'all.
it, Cam. You're causing me to overanalyze movies.
A movie is only as good as its opening shot. You know, if you can get the entire scope of the story that's about to be told within the opening shot of the film, you're about to see a good movie. I mean, I will defend that point until the day I die.
I gotta be honest. The same thing about Silence of the Lambs.
Yes. I did a whole video about it actually.
Yeah. I'll be honest. After their first meeting, when he walked her home and she mentioned her boyfriend, I thought she was like just making it up at first, as like to see how he would react to that. Because I know ladies will do that just to see.
I saw that,
so it wasn't until he like got to her apartment and was like, "Get out of here," fall out the window, that I was like, okay, she actually has a boyfriend. And he was like,
just a very unfortunate series of mishaps that go on.
What I loved is how he was looking at the picture and then he was like, "Oh yeah, crap," and started running and like.
Well, and my thing is, it was very slapstick. It reminded me of like the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when he was in the ambulance and he was like, "Don't give me that relaxing stuff," and he does it, and they just all start humming Silent Night.
That was so weird. Yeah, that was so.
That was great.
I thought that might have been the funniest part, maybe in the movie, because it just like I think it like someone thought that it was funny, but it was just so flat, like the way like there was a joke that was like missing or something there, but they just kept it in. And,
and her sister was looking at Daniel Radcliffe like, "Sing,
let's go!"
Yeah,
it was like.
We gotta be supportive. You're the one that knocked him out the window.
Yeah. I swear I'm so corrupted by other movies and other forms of media. Whenever he falls out the window, there's Neil Breen. I knew it was going to come up eventually.
He always
does. Well, after he fell out the window and they're all looking down at him, the first thing that came to mind was Chris Tucker going, "Damn, he ain't going to be in Rush Hour 3."
Yeah. That's good.
That's great.
Oh my God.
There was so many. Yeah, now that we're talking about, I kind of forgot about all the slapstick stuff, but there was like a lot of screwball kind of stuff in the movie that I'm just now realizing was in there. It was I mean, I guess like what was I try and analyze when I watch a movie. I try and figure out like what the movie is trying to say, other than just like the plot.
Yeah.
And I guess what do you guys think that the movie is trying to like say about like rom-coms, or about? Me and my wife were talking about, we couldn't quite tell if it was a fairy tale or if it was a rom-com, and then it got me thinking of like, well, is a rom-com like a subspecies of the fairy tale in today's world? I don't know.
In a lot of ways, I would say that is true. A lot of rom-coms and really romance movies in general have roots in like old chivalry tales and things like that. And even with this movie, I almost got a sense of I couldn't
Princess
tell.
Bride was kind of like a North Star for the whole movie. Like they kept like, Princess Bride was like a thing that kept coming up as like a theme in the film. Or I thought it.
Yeah.
I thought that was put that in the movie on purpose. They were making a comment about fantasy rom-com kind of genre. It was a genre kind of a conversation.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, well, I don't know if this movie's going to be good or not, but at least I got to see a little bit of the Princess Bride during it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and I was like, it's funny because when she was like, I was like, that's me, like going to a movie on a weekday night just by yourself. I'm like,
yeah,
that's me. Yeah, there you go.
Y'all think it's?
Well, I mean, I saw the Odyssey by myself at 8:30 at night.
But I don't have the option to like take someone with me, Cam. Yeah. Like it's just me, myself, and I. So.
See, here's what you do. You dress up all fancy. You put on like a little corsage and your lapel, and you walk up to your mom and say, "Hey, mom, what are you doing later?"
There you go. You're paying for the tickets too, by the way, mom.
You just reach into your pockets like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet."
Better yet, walk up to Spencer's mom.
Whoa.
I'm not going all the way up to Kentucky to do that.
Is there some deep lore here that I'm not privy to?
Well,
I mean, better
so
his
it all-
mom than his own mom. I mean,
You know what's
it all-
crazy?
It all started when I fell out the window and I hit my head.
Wow. You know what's crazy?
Mom!
Somebody else, in a completely different friend group, has made the same exact joke in the last week.
What the heck?
Michael, what have you done?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But to
Well,
answer your
Spencer,
question,
Spencer,
Cole,
there's something we've been wanting to tell you.
Oh no.
Yeah, you remember all those Xbox lobbies that we were all a part of, where everybody was saying they slept with your mom? Well,
I'm pretty sure Spencer was like a
Poor
speck in his
Spencer,
dad's
dude.
eye when that was going on.
oh god, Xbox lobbies, those were the days.
that was before my time.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Well, on the topic of how this movie about on the topic of what this movie has to say about the genre it's a part of, I was almost kind of getting a vibe of like a princess and a pauper kind of story,
yeah.
the common boy falls in love with the girl who's destined to marry a lord or something like that. And I mean, granted, that's definitely a hell of a stretch. That's such a broad generalization that anybody could pick that apart if they wanted to. But that was kind of the template that I saw within the story. And now,
Yeah.
granted, it deviates in a lot of ways as far as how it executes its ultimate goal, which is to get them together. But I saw some familiar territory being tread. Absolutely.
Well, and I think it also shows the difference between, I would say, like real true love and artificial love.
Yeah.
So like Ben and Chandri, in my opinion, had an artificial love.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, because like if you truly love someone, no matter how, of course, I've never been in this scenario, so it's kind of hindsight, but it's like even being gone that long, whether or not he had actually cheated or gone down that route, they quickly just kind of realized that things weren't working, and especially when she went out to Dublin. But it was like she was battling with herself, like I have this love for Wallace, but also I've spent all this time with Ben, and it's like it's this thing of this battle that she was dealing with herself of who do I actually love.
It's kind of that dilemma of, oh, what happened? Andrew's gone.
He did disappear for a moment. You're good now, though.
It's kind of that dilemma that a lot of characters have, especially in a movie like this, where the ultimate question that they ask themselves towards the resolution of the movie is, do I go for what I want or do I go for what I know?
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, 9 times out of 10, the movie's going to have some kind of some semblance of a happy ending, and most characters are going to say, "Okay, well, I'm going to go for what I want."
Or what's safe,
Yeah, it definitely takes a director with major balls to put a bittersweet ending at the end of a movie like this. Because, okay, well, good example. We were talking about Edgar Wright earlier. A good example is the alternate ending of Scott Pilgrim. So if you guys are familiar with that movie, Scott Pilgrim spends the entire movie fighting to be with Ramona Flowers, while his ex-girlfriend, who's the Chinese girl, her name is Knives, which whatever, but she's just kind of in the background fighting for his love, but she just consistently goes unacknowledged. So in the alternate ending of that movie, Scott does end up with Knives, which is a bittersweet ending, and it turns Ramona into kind of the catalyst for his character to grow, because he starts off very unlikable in that movie, but as he learns more about himself and he comes to respect himself and all that, he grows a lot by the end of it. And to have Ramona be the catalyst for that change completely recontextualizes the entire movie.
Yeah.
Now, if they were to do the same thing in this movie and have Chantry and
Ben.
Ben, yes. Why the hell am I blanking on his name?
Because we don't care about the guy.
Yeah, if the director were to have them reconcile at the end and have Wallace find happiness in something else or someone else, then again,
Yeah.
that would completely recontextualize the entire movie, even if
And
everything leading up to it stayed the same.
I like because they do start to tease that because he's like, because Adam Driver and his wife are like, aren't you going to go after her? And he's like, I'm giving that up. I'm moving on. I'm going to med school.
Yeah,
And she's even like, I'm going to make it work I'm going to go to Taiwan and all this stuff. So I like that they kind of tease that a little bit without that being the ending, you know?
So
yeah,
So on Cam's point about the whole Prince and the Pauper thing, or Princess and the Pauper, I feel like that was actually very well, like, I think Adam Driver actually in the nacho scene where he's like, you know, Ben is this perfect nacho, and he's like explaining how wonderful and great Ben is. And he's like, you're this moldy banana, you're nothing, you have nothing. You know, and it's funny, but it's also it does very much drive home that point of she is somebody and is with somebody, you are nothing and you don't deserve her. Why are you going to try? You're only going to get hurt.
right.
So I
And
saw that theme throughout the movie. I mean, it was very much like, and you could see he was struggling. He was just like, he's like, I'm just gonna be friends with her. I'm going to push these feelings down because she's with somebody, and I'm not going to be that asshole that's going to break up a good relationship just for getting what I want. And of course, any guy that's ever been in that situation, myself included, knows that's unsustainable.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, sometimes we get in the head, it's like chasing the idea of someone. Like it's not even, it's not,
Sure.
and I don't know if they were trying to go for that at some point with like his thought process on things. But it's like, yeah.
Sure. Well, and then to go to your earlier point, Andrew, where you said about how Chantry and Ben kind of felt like they had artificial love. I disagree with that, actually. I feel as though they'd been together for 5 years.
But that's a long time to
that's
date.
not,
you know,
you don't be, that's a long time to date. And like, I feel like there's a genuine.
I legitimately fell out of my chair.
What the hell happened to Cam?
Oh no!
I tried to push myself back up. My chair just rolled away from me.
Well, imagine Cam just laying on the ground, like, guys, should we start humming Silent Night?
Guys, send the rope.
But no, so I feel like what happened was that I feel like they were happy together in their own way, but then she realized after meeting Wallace that she had compartmentalized a part of who she was, that weird little, like, you know, the one
Quirky
that
side.
that quirky side. She had compartmentalized that part of herself away, and I don't think it was made the affection or the love that they had for each other artificial. And I also think that trying to contextualize a relationship by whether or not long distance will work for them as whether or not it's real, I think is a dangerous thing to do, because some people it will not work for and some people it will, and that doesn't necessarily mean that their feelings are. So I feel like the downfall of their relationship happened when Ben stopped trying, because he goes, like, he even tells me, he's like, listen, if you don't think we can make this work, I will turn it down. I will stay here. And she's like, no, this is a good opportunity for you. Go do what you got to do. She doesn't like it. She's terrified at the thought of being apart from him, because I think at this point in that point in the movie, she's already realizing, like, hey, I can be a lot more of myself around Wallace than I can around my own boyfriend.
Yeah.
And so she's already starting to question things. And so she's terrified about what this means, this separation. And so then he leaves, and you see, I mean, there's they don't tell us the specific period of time, but I think that when she goes to Dublin, it's around the end of that first 6-month period that he's supposed to be there. So there's been about 6 months of time where she's been like leaving him voicemails, and he leaves her voicemails, and she's just like, hey, just call me before you go to bed. I really miss hearing your voice. And it's very much like, you can tell it wasn't a lack of affection It was
Yeah.
he got caught up in his job and he allowed his job to take precedent in his life over his relationship, and that caused a domino effect.
Yeah.
So that was the way
I-
I looked at it anyway.
I like Ben.
I can see
like
that.
I like that Ben in the beginning was just like, "Hey, are you trying to bang my girlfriend, bro?"
Yeah, just,
He's like,
just straight out, gloves off.
He
Yeah.
just gloves
And he's
off,
like,
but he's
he's
still,
like,
but
I
he's,
will. He's like, I will mess you up, and then he like rubs
he-
his eye.
well, but yeah, he's kind of goofy, but then he like confronts him with like he's still like smiling. He's still like he confronts him in like the
Yeah.
nicest way like possible as well. And,
He's like, he's like, they think we're still talking about international tax law.
yeah,
It's-
I didn't really get the vibe that he was like not trying throughout the movie, and I honestly I
Not-
kind of wish that he would have like at least as a better plot device he would have like made fun of her more or something about her like quirkiness, because he was like, it seemed to me he was just like a pretty normal guy that like cared about her.
Yeah, that
that's
definitely
sort of
would have been a
the-
nice little extra layer on that.
I could see that. When I say he wasn't trying, I meant after he went to Dublin. Like it seemed very much like he prioritized his work over, and I'm not saying there's
Definitely
anything wrong with that.
I would say definitely towards the end of the 6 months is when it really, I think.
Yeah,
leaning
and
towards
and
that,
it
yeah.
didn't help that she shows up to surprise him, and he's like helping a drunk
Helping
a drunk woman into the building.
Oh,
It's like,
or
even though
or
it's
when she calls him with the dress
She
and
did.
he's like in the
she
meeting.
did call. Yeah, she did
Yeah.
call him drunk when he was at a very important.
That's-
and you
UN
know
business
the
meeting,
problem
too.
with Ben, he should have had his phone on mute. But also, if you don't answer your girlfriend,
Yeah,
Well, you know,
That's-
there's a rule: call twice, and it's really important. We only
Yeah.
saw the first. We only saw the second ring, not the first.
yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And
This
of
was
course,
2013,
there
they
had
didn't
to
have
be.
those rules solidified
Yeah.
yet in the culture.
to be fair, he played that off so well.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm definitely interested in like he like played it off like it was a
He did
a
do
business
yeah,
call.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was great, and he was like,
I-
please continue.
I have a couple questions that I was thinking about. Do y'all think? Well, first I have a hot take after talking about this with y'all. My hot take is that I'm not sure you can call a rom-com unless the two characters get together in the end. That's my hot take.
I could see that.
I would also, and I guess I am comparing that to like obviously 500 Days of Summer or Scott Pilgrim or La La Land, which I love that movie. La La Land I think is probably the best like rom-com I've seen ever. Anyway, that's another hot take maybe. But my other question is, do you guys think that a single guy can be just friends platonic with another woman?
Absolutely.
I will say as
Think so?
As
Yeah.
as somebody who has several platonic female friends who is single, yes.
well, and I would say not. I'm gonna throw this in with Michael here. I would say especially as like a Christian, like I'm
Yeah.
not looking at every woman as like, oh, that's a partner. That's a partner. I want a girlfriend and I want a wife and I'm but it's like, I think if you're a good guy and you have good morals and good, anything that you can, have
Yeah.
girls that are friends until you get in a relationship and then she of
Yeah.
course becomes
Now, see, I work in the medical field. I work with all women.
You're
So,
also not single, Cam. You don't count.
yeah, you don't count.
That's true.
no, well, I know, but at the same time,
But
that kind of lends
still.
itself into my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot. There are plenty of men who cannot work in an area or in an environment like that without it becoming a problem.
Yeah.
And
100%.
it's not necessarily just a matter of self-control, but it's also a matter of just being a good person, and like you said, Andrew, you don't want to look at every woman as a potential mate because that is, I mean, yes, everybody
it
is.
gets lustful at some point, it's like that's all you're thinking of when you see a girl.
Well, no, I mean, we as people are definitely subject to our, the primal instincts that are hardwired into our brains. It's just a matter of redirecting it.
Yeah.
So,
Or you could go the When Harry Met Sally route and say that nope. that guys and girls.
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
be friends.
I mean, you could always just, imagine like every woman you look at just has a big red X over her face.
There you go. Well, that's usually the response I get. So, yeah.
Andrew goes up to talk to somebody at the bar, and they just put up one of these.
Yeah. Well, no, what I get is, can I pay for your drink? Sure.
And then they walk away.
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, that was a funny part.
I love how even the bartender was just like,
Bird.
yeah.
Oh,
That
goodness.
movie I definitely am glad that I'm watching that movie. I was like, oh, man, I'm so glad I'm married. Like thinking about
Yeah.
dating again, like especially back then at that time.
Yeah.
Well,
Dating
I'm
is
like-
stressful, man.
I would never
Yeah,
go to
I
a
was-
bar
or
to
just
look
like
for a
talk-
girlfriend.
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say I would never go to a bar to look for a girlfriend because that's not like what you're
No,
gonna tell your
I don't-
kids. Like that's how I met your mother. She fell on the floor, and I
Yeah.
picked her. Like it just doesn't seem like the best place to do that.
Well, you never know, Andrew.
Andrew, listen. The
Yeah.
club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where you go.
Dude, that's so 10 years ago, dude.
To take the
So is
dancing
this fucking
completely out of the
movie.
equation.
Yeah,
So is this movie. This movie is so 13 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah. It really is. No, I
Yeah.
agree. This movie is very much like a snapshot of 2010s. Even
Yeah.
just like even just looking at the original phones again, like
Yeah.
just seeing that
Oh my
again, I was just
God.
like, wow.
The
I
old
remember that,
iPhone.
like-
When I see the
Yeah,
old iPhone in the opening
yeah,
scene
like
of
I
the
even
movie, I'm like,
remember
oh my
seeing
god.
the old delete contact thing, the red like thing, like everything was red.
or even how
And
they're
you're
made.
even just in the culture of like that was just so normal
Yeah.
was copious drinking, was party. I remember seeing the beginning part of where they were having that house party, and I
Yeah,
was just like, I'm in college again. Like that's exactly what 2013 looked like, down to what everyone was wearing and saying, down to
Yeah.
the phones, and
email
the-
made for communication.
Yeah,
Who the
yeah.
hell emails anymore?
Yeah, yeah, it was very weird to see kind of our old lives in that movie.
Yeah, and in a sense, I could see that kind of becoming somewhat detrimental to a movie because, well, me personally, whenever I watch a movie, one, I don't particularly want it to come off as too dated, in terms of like setting, character writing, and things like that, and two, I feel like timeless movies just in general not only age better but can grip and maintain its audience much better
Yeah,
because
Like
Then
12 Angry
let's-
Men.
I was just
Oh,
going to say that
yes.
12 Angry Men, classic example of a timeless film. Yes, it's in black and white. Yes, you can listen to them talk and say, okay, well, people don't really talk in this tone of voice anymore.
people don't talk
But-
this way anymore.
But the
That's
content of the movie, the setting of the movie, as far as like where they're at and what they're doing, are timeless things.
Yeah,
And the central problem is also a timeless thing. And so it's easy to watch a movie like that and put yourself into that movie because you could see it happening right that very minute. Whereas, something like a movie that came out in 2007 where a character pulls out their BlackBerry with this scroll ball, I'm like, okay, well, that's a little that's a little retro for me.
those are like the phones my parents had when I was a kid.
Jesus.
I still remember my very first cell phone. I got it when I was 13 years old. It was I think it was the Motorola i510 or 520 or something. It was a flip phone with a pull-out antenna. It was big, bulky, and yellow. I could receive text messages, but I couldn't send them.
Oh no.
No, remember the
my-
remember the Razorbacks when those
The-
came out, and then those were the
The
thing.
Razor?
first-
Yeah.
You were not somebody unless you had a Razor.
The
The first-
Razor, yeah.
My first cell phone that was mine, that wasn't like one that my parents let me use whenever we were like out. So in case I like got kidnapped or some crap, The first cell phone that was like
There's
my
not
cell
candy.
phone. The first cell phone that was like mine was a Motorola Sliver, which
Nice.
was just a thin, like about that big.
Block, yeah.
Yeah, it was like that big around. And I remember the coolest thing ever at that time was you could share cool ringtones with people via Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Kids, did you know that Bluetooth wasn't always for your headphones?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they had Bluetooth headsets. That's how it started. Was a
Yes,
big old thing that you
my-
wrapped over your ear.
My grandparents would have those for whenever
You
they get phone
shut
calls.
your mouth.
Hey, Andrew. Hey, Andrew, what was your first phone? You want to share anything with me?
My first phone was a
He probably still has his
Samsung-
first phone.
No, I'm on my second one. But like I'll see kids nowadays, like their first phone's freaking the iPhone 17 plus Pro spaceship tablet that's like this big. It's like good grief. Like
No, I remember the game on the phone when I was a kid was Snake.
That yes,
I
exactly.
know.
Everybody knew Snake.
I think that was a
Snake
computer game by the
and
time I got around
Snake
to it.
and Tetris.
Yep.
Tetris. Yeah.
Nowadays, kids have the whole world in their palms. They pull out their phone, hit a couple buttons, look at the camera, and be like, "I'm in."
They'll be like, "What's up, Instagram?" You know, W's in the chat. You know, I'm like, "What? You're like 5."
Oh my god! So I took my oldest daughter to the park like last year, and I was sitting on one of the benches there while she went off and played with people, and on at the top of a jungle gym. There was this girl up there. She must have been like 10 or 11 years old, and she had her phone out and she was streaming. And she was like, she's like, "Oh God, guys, I don't know if I'm gonna fall off of this thing, guys. Oh
Put in
my
the
God,
chat if you think I'm gonna fall."
guys." I'm like, "Oh, the youth is
So annoying.
poisoned."
Yeah. You hear her say, "Put in the chat, comment now if you think I'm gonna fall or not."
Exactly. L's in the chat, guys.
Yeah.
And like you can tell how often someone streams by counting how many times they say the word guys.
Yeah. Well, guys, you know what would have been funny is if
Guys, listen,
Ben-
guys.
if Ben was
Holy
live
shit, guys.
streaming-
Oh my God, guys.
Ben is live streaming. He falls. He's like, "Guys, I just fell 2 stories down. Come with me as I go to the ambulance to the hospital."
Yeah, it's either that or if they end every sentence with "dude," but the way they say "dude" sounds like they're saying "did." So it's like,
Did.
oh my,
Did.
oh my
Did.
God, dude.
Oh my God,
Let's
dude.
go, dude.
Dude, let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Bruh.
Strangle your neck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this
Oh
movie
my
this movie was kind of interesting because it kind of did exist in between when like phones, social media, like completely took
Yeah.
over everyone's minds. You know, this was
People
still
were talking
2013.
to each other.
They were still
through
they were
email.
still yeah, well,
Like-
they were still going to bars to meet chicks. You know, and that was like the thing.
That was
And guys, I don't think people like do that very much anymore. I think it's all on
No.
the phone. Like
Well,
people
Basically.
meet
Well,
on the phone now.
one. It's like the scene that Andrew talked about earlier about buying the chick a drink, right? Chantry's like, "Oh, you want me to go tell her you have 6 nipples?" He's like, "No, it'll be easier coming for me." And he just walks up to like, how many guys?
He
do
goes like,
you
that,
know
and then he says,
nowadays
"You have
that'll
nice
just-
teeth."
Yeah, he's like, "You have nice teeth." I'm like, what a psychotic thing to say. First of all,
Unless you're a dentist,
well, yeah, but he's not, so still
Dang.
psychotic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I know for me, if I was in a bar and I saw a woman that was, and maybe this is just a me problem, but if I saw a woman that I was like, "Oh, I'm attracted to that woman," I'm not walking up to her and talking to her. The Me
I'm
Too
going the other
movement
way.
ruined that for me. Okay, I'm not talking to random women. I'm gonna get arrested.
That or you just turn the other way. You go.
The worst thing she can say is no became a lie like 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
I had a friend say that. He was like, "Why don't you ask that girl?" And I'm like, "No, I'm scared." He's like, "The worst she could say is no." And I'm like, "No, the worst she could say is laugh." So
Yeah.
like,
The worst she can say is rape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
oh well, that's true. I just didn't know if we could say that on air, but I guess we can.
Well, I mean,
Cat's out of the bag
it's
again.
it's recorded. You can edit it out if you want to. Like,
I'm just gonna put a huge.
Cam?
I'm just gonna
Promo
pixelate
time?
Michael's screen and just like censor every word he says.
And then make his voice really deep. So it's like,
Saw this one time at band camp.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
but anyway, yeah.
And you know, I'm shocked we've made it this long without referencing Steven Seagal somehow.
How would Steven Seagal approach a woman in a bar?
That's a brilliant question.
he would pretend to drop kick her.
So, okay, so first of all, Steven Seagal wouldn't approach a woman because he'd be sitting the whole time.
Yeah.
The woman would
They come to
approach
him.
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then so the woman would say, "Spank me," and he'd go,
Yeah.
No, he just turned his head really fast,
No.
and his ponytail would do it for him.
He would go like this. I don't know if that's the best idea.
he'd get his stunt double to ring her doorbell.
Yeah, because she's on the second floor, so he can't go up the stairs.
God
I
damn
think
it.
they should recast this movie with Steven Seagal should be Adam Driver's character. This would make them.
Well,
that
all he
make
would
the
be
movie
doing
way
is eating the
better.
nachos.
Yeah.
Every
Just
other
had
line,
sex. I'm about to eat nachos. And just saying that one sentence puts him out of breath.
no, just the act of pretending to have sex would put him out of breath.
Thinking about sex would put him out of breath.
Oh,
Yeah, he walks into an audition. He sees a woman auditioning for a role that he's putting together. He's just like,
What did y'all think about the weird animations in the movie of like all of
That was
the graphic design like thing? I thought it was weird and it like didn't really work.
I thought it was cool, but it did pull me out of the movie when
A
they
little bit,
happened.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
that. Right
I
there,
see what
yeah.
they're going for with kind of adding another layer to the quirkiness of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really could have done without with
I
that.
didn't think
Yeah,
I didn't think they explored into that enough because I
See,
thought
I
they were
think
like
Yeah.
Fair.
I thought they were teasing it at first, and it just was at random times.
Well, I thought
you
so
know,
too. I thought it was gonna
yeah.
turn into something. Like it was
Right,
gonna go
yeah.
into like some new like a world or something was gonna
Yeah.
be revealed or something like in the animations, but it was just it seemed random and kind of gratuitous, and I guess it was just in the vein of like being quirky, but I was sort of like, I
Mhm.
got it. It's quirky.
Yeah.
Like I understand that the
Yeah.
characters are quirky.
It,
you know?
it had the same problem that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 had. It set up a great storyline and didn't follow through.
dude, I just rewatched that the other day, and that movie has really high highs and unfortunate low lows.
Yeah,
Well, let's
really
be honest,
broke-
its
they really-
highest high is Andrew Garfield.
they
Like,
really broke
the
their back.
relationship between
They-
him and Gwen.
They really broke their back trying to make it work.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
They really hit their head on the ground there. Yeah, I couldn't think of a witty line. So.
Yeah, see Andrew, what you should have said was they put the bar here and they hit their head on it.
Oh, poor Gwen.
I literally just watched a movie. I
No
literally
way.
just watched a video about how like the deleted ending of like the original ending of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 would have fixed the whole movie.
Would it though?
Yes,
Would it though?
Oh, with his dad.
with his dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they
I already
literally.
thought the movie.
there
I
was
already
the-
thought the ending went a little too long anyway.
I agree, but also, if they would have cut out the whole like him finding Gwen's graduation video and went straight to the graveyard, I think it would have saved the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, and they would have done a third one. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. What if?
Anyway.
You know, that's all we can wonder.
What if?
Well, I mean, now we're going to be getting a movie about Andrew Garfield starting a British Revolution. So
Dude, I am
for
so
that.
hyped for that.
They look so good.
It looks so. We're getting 2 Andrew Garfield movies this year. Actually, there's that one, and then there's one about I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a fantasy movie. It's very like Bridge to Terabithia.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm looking it up.
I'm on it.
Pretty sure it's this year.
No, I just see that one in a series that it looks like he's in.
Maybe it's
Maybe
coming
it's-
out next year.
Maybe.
Or it's already out. There's the Magic Fairway Tree that
That
came
one,
out this
yeah.
year.
That one, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let me. I think it's already out.
I just
so-
saw the trail. I just saw the trailer for it the other day. So
It came out sometime.
Yeah, sometime.
You're not
between
wrong.
It came out sometime between Let There Be Light and now.
What does IMDb just not post when a movie's released, or am I just blind? Like, am I blind?
Uh,
I
no,
feel
it
like
just does the
IMDb
year.
It normally
ruined-
puts the year it was released.
what?
Okay,
What it?
that doesn't
What
help.
it? What was it called again? The Magic
looking.
something
Fairway
tree?
Tree. I'm looking. it up.
Fairway Tree, yeah.
Have y'all noticed that
it's
IMDb
coming
is
out in
like
August.
totally not user friendly anymore over the last I
It's-
don't know 5 years
Magic
or so?
Faraway
Yeah.
Tree.
It's August 21st. It's coming out.
Oh, then why?
Yeah,
is it
Cole.
not-
I've noticed that IMDb kind of tends to be a little janky
Well,
every time it
the
updates.
problem is nowadays it's very much like a movie Wikipedia. If you have an account on
Yeah.
there, you can edit stuff, and so like a lot of times trivia for the movies are like troll. It's like trolling. It's like not real trivia. Sometimes it
Yeah.
is, but like release dates, certain things with like actors and crew and stuff can be weird at times.
Oh, it released in the UK on March 27th.
Oh, so that's why it shows it as already out on. Okay.
Gotcha.
So the
Yeah.
synopsis for it is: a modern family relocates to the countryside where the children discover a magical tree with eccentric residents. They are transported to fantastical lands, rekindling their family bond through adventures.
Sounds like Narnia.
It gives
Yeah.
the
Hey,
trailer
prob-
gave like Narnia and Bridge to Terabithia vibes.
All I'm going to say is probably better than whatever Netflix is about to pull out of their ass. Anyway,
Probably.
Yeah.
Which reminds-
Okay. So that's been in development hell for so long now that I have zero hopes
Yeah.
for it at this point.
I-
I hope it
I
just
have
gets
no
canned. Yeah,
I have
just
no
let it
idea what
die
you're talking
and do
about
nothing.
it's
now.
going to happen, but
The
Is
Narnia
that, that's
live
the one
act-
with Meryl
Narnia
Streep
movies.
as Aslan, I think.
Oh,
Supposedly.
what?
Yeah,
think
that was
so.
a rumor
Yeah.
that she
I don't
was
know if
gonna
that's
be,
confirmed or not, but that was a big rumor for it.
Yeah.
Speaking
Well,
of,
well,
sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say. Well, I mean, well, we know how rumors tend to play out. I mean, well, now all the rumors that were coming out about, like the Odyssey, for example, they're saying Elliot Page plays Achilles in the movie. It's like, no,
No.
Achilles is dead.
yeah, but
Spoilers.
at the same time, the
Have you seen the?
No.
what?
Well, I was gonna say the story before the Odyssey. You know.
Anyway,
I must have lost something here because I'm not quite sure where we're at now.
I just said spoilers because
Oh, okay.
Of a
Yeah,
It's
I-
not
I-
like
I,
the
wasn't gonna
Odyssey.
spoil anything, but
it's not like the Odyssey is a 3,000-year-old story, guys, or anything. Like,
I didn't get to read the Odyssey in high school. Unfortunately, I read the Iliad.
That's the
So-
story I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Perseus and Medusa and all that.
yeah.
Yeah. Internet rumors can go.
My
all
favorite,
over.
I think my favorite internet rumor right now is that Adam Driver is currently in talks to play the new Magneto. in,
No,
like,
no.
the
It got
MCU.
the person who reported that saying that he got it mixed up and that it's going to be Mr. Sinister that he's going to be playing.
Yeah, I've heard that too. And it's
Well,
like
it's from
nobody-
the person who reported it, and it's like, okay, that makes sense. And the name of Mr. Sinister in the new X-Men has been said for a very long time.
I've been seeing that a lot. Yeah.
yeah,
So
I could see him better as a Mr. Sinister than a.
I am ready.
Magneto.
I'm ready for a live action Sinister. It's crazy because he's animated X-Men has given him such a huge glow up,
Yeah.
and we even got a tease with him being in one of the live action Fox X-Men, but didn't go anywhere.
I mean, we had Oscar Isaac as freaking Apocalypse.
We don't talk about that. Just stop. Go. Leave.
Non-canon.
Yeah.
Hashtag not my
Oh.
apocalypse.
Exactly. We won't talk
so-
about that movie. Go on.
So Spencer, I can't see on my end. What's our time? What are we at?
We're just an hour 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. So we're kind of, unfortunately, past our time here. We kind of dug down too many rabbit holes here.
It's been
As per usual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Okay, so, and anybody have any other final thoughts? Anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to talk about or anything?
I mean, I don't know. I just enjoy kind of having movies that are a nice kind of snapshot of the past. I know, like you, Kim, were saying about how like it hurts a lot of movies aging for you, but it's like I also kind of just like on the flip side of that, I think it's also cool to just have something that is kind of a perfect snapshot of like, oh yeah, that's how it is, you know.
Right.
And so
For sure.
I appreciated that aspect of it. And then the other thing I kind of want to touch on is like I thought the drawing idea was like interesting. I don't know. I wish that it did more as well, but I also didn't take me out of it just because I feel like I saw where they were trying to go with it, even though they kind of didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, it kind of just ended up being a fun aesthetic choice.
It's kind of just there.
Yeah.
And I think you could probably look into it with deeper meanings and it fits, but yeah, I don't know.
This isn't a movie you have to look too deep into.
I mean, yeah. You never know.
It has nachos. What more does
You
it
didn't
need?
understand the non-linear
Oh,
storytelling. That
I
was
don't know
going on
why
with dreams and-
the one joke that stuck with me for whatever reason, it's like the stupidest joke in the movie. I'm trying to remember what part, but there's like there's I'm trying to remember how it went, but it was like asking like where do you find the fish or fishermen? I'm like at the dock, and I'm like I don't know why. Of all the jokes, that's the one that stuck with me.
Yeah,
It wasn't even a joke. It was just a statement of fact.
Yeah, I know, right?
it was the line delivery was like,
Yeah.
It made me laugh, and like of all
I
the-
did like how she was like nervous and her her like maid of honor, whatever, was causing her to be more nervous. And she's just like, you're sane. You can like, you stay. You unnervous me.
unnervous me.
She's just like, you like calm me down. Like you stay. You get the fuck out.
Oh, goodness. All right. So, we'll kind of go around here and do a few shameless plugs. Spencer, what have you got for us?
Go check me out on the Dingus Den on YouTube. Do a bunch of no. Yes, don't listen to them. Go check out the Dingus. I do lots of. I do
Michael's
a lot-
just like, screw that guy.
Screw it.
Dingus
Get him
Den.
out of here.
He's over there for me.
Oh, really? Okay, well, screw
He's
that
right
guy.
next to me.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, I have a couple things coming out. By the time this is posted, I'll probably already have it out as well of comic review over Speed Racer Volume 2. I recently reviewed Volume 1 of Speed Racer, and I liked it so much that me and my co-host for the comic reviews, we decided we were going to just go straight into Volume 2 because yes, it is that good. And I'll also say so good that I think it's like a comic I highly recommend. As well as I think probably like the best version of like probably Speed Racer you could go out and consume. Like it's really good stuff. Highly recommend people to go check it out. Other than that, I'll be recording a review for 300 sooner than later, so check that out.
Zack Snyder.
The comic that it's based from, which is massive, like in
Gotcha.
size. But yeah, and then me and Andrew have been doing Before the Cape, but that's been on like a little bit of a hiatus recently because of just summer stuff, and it looks like I honestly don't know when that's going to be back.
Lanterns.
I know. It might not honestly return until after Lanterns is kind of how
I was
things
like,
are
oh,
looking
that
right
comes
now.
out next month.
I know. We need to talk a little bit about that afterwards because
Sure.
things going on. But anyway, but just kind of like show programming note there as well because I usually do that as well. But been out of the loop. But check out the weekly comic reviews at least. Those are fun, and sometimes I get to talk to comic creators and such too. So I could check that out.
All
When's
right.
TOC coming out? Coming back, Spencer.
Sooner than later.
Fair enough.
Pieces are coming together.
Fair enough.
I'm very excited.
And how about you, Cole? Do you have anything that you were working on that you want people to know about or anything like that?
Nope. Thanks for having me on. I really had a blast.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was good to have you. You really brought some great questions that really inspired a lot of
What's next?
discussion. So I'm definitely appreciative of that.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit. I didn't
Andrew.
hear you.
Oh, I said that you brought in a lot of questions that really inspired some great discussion. So I'm very appreciative of that. Andrew, what's our week looking like over at Feast of Fandoms?
Yes. So I guess I can't say tomorrow night because this isn't live, but Monday night for MCU Monday.
I gotta
where
wrap it
we-
up, guys. But
All right.
thanks for having me.
Sure.
Yeah, appreciate
Not
it.
a problem, bud. Have a good night.
Cole.
Okay, see ya.
We're finishing up. We weren't live last week. We had some technical issues, so we'll be finishing up our Spider Noir reviews with the last 2 episodes. And then the following week, we'll a brand new day comes out. The
Holy
week
moly.
from Friday. So we're excited about that. We're looking forward to that. And then we'll get to our X-Men 97 season 2 reviews, because that's currently releasing at the moment. Thursday night for the Cantina Happy Hour. We're actually all going to be in Dublin because it's the Droid arc, and no
You're
one
gonna
wants
go
to
find
talk
Ben?
about that.
Oh God.
So we're all gonna go find Ben and
The
get
best
pizza
Clone Wars
place.
arc ever. Let's
No,
go.
no.
Actually, what we're
no.
actually gonna do is we're just gonna create AI versions of ourselves to do the show and just be there like, yes, we like these episodes.
Hi, my name is Cam of
Hey.
Cam in Focus.
At least
Sure,
it's not
here
the
is a review of the Droid arc from the Clone Wars in the style of a professional podcaster.
At least it isn't the worst Clone Wars arc.
No,
We'll
but
leave
it's
it
the
at that.
second worst.
Probably. Yeah.
I know the
it's
arc you're
possible.
talking about.
I know. I was gonna say I think we've had that
It
discussion.
ruins. Outside of that arc, it's a 10 out of 10 season.
I know, right? Yeah. Anyway.
But so that's
So
what we got coming. Of course, occasionally you'll catch me on the Dingus Den. You know, if there's a trailer reaction, like I said before, the Cape's on hiatus. So
I was gonna say we might have Doomsday dropping sooner than. Oh no, there is
Yeah.
gonna be a Doomsday trailer supposedly at San Diego Comic-Con.
I am
Yes.
so ready for the goddamn trailer.
And by the time this is up, probably that tickets will
Yeah.
also be on sale.
and we're gonna
There's-
be reacting to Neil Breen's new movie trailer, Dry Duplicity.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I shared the link. I don't know if the link still works, but I gotta say, it might, for Neil Breen standards, it might be okay. So
Oh boy. Oh boy.
them
So-
some heavy words, Paul
So
Blart.
we'll be
Right.
reviewing it on Cam and Focus, right, Andrew?
Yeah, we'll just pay the $45,000 for the Blu-rays that Neil Breen charges, and
That has
Yeah.
5.5 hours of commentary.
I've
Yeah.
got the websites, guys.
oh, I
Like,
know it's on the Internet Archive or all his movies, public domain, you know, because all of it's stock footage. So
All right. And Michael, shameless plugs. What you got?
so I kind of dropped the ball this last week with getting my latest Spider-Man 2 gameplay put up. The PS2 version, not the cool new like PS5 version. But I will hopefully have that up sometime this week. I'll probably just be like a week behind schedule. Basically upload it
unacceptable.
this. Yeah, I know, right? It sucks because I had the entire Spider-Man 1 gameplay scheduled week by week while I was away in the Philippines, and then I come home and I record the first episode and I just completely forget to edit it.
Oh no.
I know. And then Andrew and I have actually been talking about starting a like faith-based Bible podcast. So we're in the works of getting that up and running. What was the name we decided? Was it Faith? Was it Faith and Modern
Focus.
Focus. Yeah, Faith
Yeah.
and Modern Focus. I
Spin
thought
off of Cam and Focus. So it's Cam and Faith Modern Focus.
Goodness gracious, what a mouthful.
That's a mouthful. I originally, my first thought was Bible Bros, and then I went and looked it up, and there's at least 3 other podcasts that use that phrasing, and I'm like,
That's the hard thing. There's a lot of podcasts these days. You know, the joke is like, who doesn't have one?
Well,
that
you know what
dies?
the honorary rule is: if the podcast doesn't go past like 10 episodes, you can use the name if it's inactive.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, well, because if they're not active, they're not using the name. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah. So that's exciting.
I
we
just
don't.
made up that
we
rule.
have,
Don't sue
we
me.
have.
Let's get
we're
banned for
not-
the international copyright rule real quick.
See, what we got to do is you got to do your podcast by putting on the most like caricature female voice possible, and you can call yourselves the Jenna Sisters.
Oh my god.
No, no. We're not getting ladies
Listen.
after that.
Listen. First of all, the Brosifs would be so much better.
The Brosen, you know, that's actually a podcast. It's a chosen podcast, but yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I kind of like the Jenna Sisters.
Well, you know what? Pitch it to some women, Cam.
Yeah.
Well, you know where you have to go to meet them. Go to a bar.
Apparently.
I don't think the type
I
of
don't-
girl I'd be.
Yeah, I don't think that's the type of woman we're looking for is
well, in my
frequenting
area, she's
bars.
you know, I'm talking like this, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, you know, you're a Genesis sister. You know, what's the Genesis? Like,
Can you buy me a drink?
yeah, I'm like, you don't even have all your teeth. Like, what are you talking about?
Wait, hold on, Andrew. Where do you live again? Like, what state?
Texas.
Oh my god. Okay, that tracks.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say there?
I have no hope. I need.
No,
I need
first of all,
Kenobi.
you live in the second largest state in the United States. You
know.
have hope.
I don't know, man. It's,
I live on a 3-mile long rock in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
hey, the sea. There's plenty of fish in the sea.
I'm not trying to marry a freaking fish, Andrew.
I mean,
I want. Listen,
Michael's just out on his dock, just casting his reel, just a tear coming down his eye.
in the arms of the angel.
He sees a fish and it's just
Fly
oh, it's magic.
No, I'd get rejected by all the fish as well. Like,
Oh man.
uh,
The fisherman.
alright.
That could be a Bible name. The fisherman.
Hey, the fishers of men.
There you
There
go.
we
sure that's the thing.
The Cam Fishers of men.
No.
Don't worry, you'll get a nickel for every time it's said.
Oh goodness gracious!
random
All right,
art.
well, I guess that's gonna do it for tonight's episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. Thank you, everybody, for joining me and for viewing this after it does eventually get uploaded. Be sure to like and subscribe. Shop W Energy code Focus1 at checkout for 10% off your order. I would testify as to the quality of their products, but I don't have it yet. So
Cam tries it for the
Photo-
first time and goes,
just-
"Ugh."
hold your
Just
hand out like this.
Photoshop it here,
Photoshop
right
it.
here.
Scan this QR code to go to my link tree to go to the link.
But otherwise, that'll do it for tonight's episode of Cam and Focus Weekly. Everybody have a good night. We will see you next week.